Hello, my name is Najlaâ Khayat. I'm a functional consultant, and in this session, I'm going to show you the new Odoo dashboard that has been inspired from Google Analytics. So first, let's have a look at the agenda. We'll start by defining and listing some of the advantages from using it. We'll also list some views, the existing views in the version 11 that are usable inside the new dashboard. We also list some of the new features. We have some new features that has been done for an existing views and also new views that have been created. It will be followed by a demonstration and a Q&A. So first, let's start by defining the dashboard. It's a new kind of views that combines several views in one screen and for the same object. And it allows you to monitor easily your KPIs to follow correctly your business activities. Regarding the advantages, it's already configured when you install one of the main applications of Odoo. You can also benefit from the dynamic clicks, so it applies the metrics everywhere on the same view. You can also search on the criteria, and it applies to the whole screen. And you also can benefit from the multiple aggregate operators, like the mean, max, median, sum, average, and so on. Now, let's see. Let's see the changes. Let's see the existing views that could be used inside the dashboard. You have the graph view. As you can see, you have the pie chart, the bar chart, and the line chart. And you have the pivot view that allows you to have metrics on the X and Y axis. And as you can notice, you have the last column that make a sum of the ones before. Now, let's focus on the new features that has been done in version 12. We have the search view that has been improved. You have the left section, which is the filter section. You have the possibility now to have predefined intervals on the dates. You have, for example, the last 7 days, the last 30 days, today, this week, and so on. And from the other side, you have the group by section that allows you to group by day, week, month, quarter, like in the pivot view. Now, let's check the pivot view. You have a new option that allows you to compare your data. You have the time ranges section, where you can see the based on that lists all the date and date time fields of your object. You can specify a range, which are the same ones that we have seen before, and you also have the possibility to compare your data. So, for example, here, we can see the variation. We can see the current period, the previous one, the ones you have chosen in the compare to section, and you also have the variation. Most of the time, when it's red, it means that something goes wrong, and when it's green, it means that it's OK. We also have created for the version 12 a cohort view, which is a temporal analysis that allows you to see the evolution of your metrics. Here, for example, suppose it's a lead. If we focus on the week 36, you can see that we received 2 leads. The same day, we didn't close the deal. The first day, we did nothing. And the second day, you can see that we have processed 50% of the leads, which represents 1 lead. And the third day, we have processed and closed the whole deals. Let's have a look at the dashboard view. You can see here that you have the graph view and also the pivot view. We can also add a cohort view if you want. Now, let's see this in a quick demonstration. Let's create some leads and create quotation, deliver the products, so we can see these dashboards. Let's go to the CRM, create a lead. Let's buy 50 chairs because My company sells and chairs. The customer, let's select one of them or create one of the fly. Let's choose Azure Interior. And let's say it's 100 euros. I have some problems with my computer. Okay, add it. Create one. Here, let's create a second one. We'll try to rent 100 chairs for another customer, or not. Okay. Yes. Okay, so here, as I said, we'll try to create a new quotation because the client is agree. So first, it will be qualified. We made some calls. We send him a proposition, and then it will won. Let's create the quotation. Okay, let's say I made my quotation. Okay, so let's open the reporting of the CRM. We have mentioned the fact that you have the possibility to use one of these sections. So you can see that on the time range, you have the possibility to choose among all the list, all the fields, all the date and date time fields. And we have the possibility also to specify the range. Let's say I want to compare with the last 7 days and to compare to the previous period or the previous year. Here I have some fresh data, so I will just apply to the previous period. Let's apply. And here you can also filter on the one leads. Okay. So here you have a section which is new, and this allows you to create your metrics. So here, if I remove the comparison, if I click on opportunities, the number of opportunities, it means that it will be applied to the whole screen. So here, for example, if I go to the graph view, I can see that it changes, and it's the same thing for the pivot view and the cohort view. You can also zoom on your views. So here, for example, I can zoom on it, make my search, and for example, say I want to filter on my on the countries, okay, and export. in Excel if I want. If I go back to the reporting, I can see that I have cohort view, so we can choose between a day, week, months, and years intervals. Let's say we want to do it per day. And here, for example, if you check the 3rd October, you can see that I have processed, closed, 1 leads. I can click on it and go back to my pipeline if I want. So now, when the lead has been created, the sale order has been made, sent to the client, I can check also my reporting on the sales application. If you go to the sales reporting, you can use one of the filters, the time range, once again, and also save your filter and set it as default if you want. Okay, so here you can change and use the kind of charts you want. And I can go here, and it's the same logic. We can apply on the orders. And do the same thing here. Here, for example, I want to make analysis to know how many chairs I have sold. So here I can click on chair. Okay, and check to whom I have sold this one. Let's say it's for the customer. I want to see the amounts. You can normally choose it among the measures. So now let's go to the inventory. So suppose we have delivered the product to the client. We can go then to the inventory reporting. You have now a menu that named Warehouse Dashboards. It's also the same thing. Here, for example, I have some predefined filters. I have the done transfer. Suppose I want to focus on the deliveries. So I check only this one. And as you can see here, for the inventory, we have now the delivery cycle time. It's the time needed between. Here you have an explanation. It's the time needed to deliver an order. It checks the created date and the effective date when you have done your transfer. You have the same thing for the receipts. You have the delivery delays, and so on. You can also click on it, and it applies also everywhere. And you also have here the cohort view. So here, for example, if I remove my filter, you can see that for the on the 3rd of October, I had 1 delivery, and it has been processed the same day. One last reporting, it's on the website. If you go to the website, you can see also the reporting, the dashboard. And it's the same thing that we have seen before, except the fact that it filters only on the website team, sales team. Okay, so let's go back to the slides. Okay, so in conclusion, don't waste time anymore, use Odoo dashboards. And I don't know if you have any questions regarding the new dashboards. Not in this version. You still have the same one than in version 11. Can't hear you, sorry. Now you just can use the Control P to use the print of your browser. But you can still do it for the pivot view and for the cohort view. Can we install what? Yes, it's email digest. You can see it tomorrow with my colleague Gregory. Do it in the afternoon. He will tackle this subject. Yes, of course you can. It's the dashboard allows you to create easily new KPIs. So, for example, if I go to the sales, to the CRM dashboard, you can see that you have the at a glance section, which is this one up here. If you want to see the view, you can create new fields using Odoo Studio, for example, and add it to your dashboard. It's very easy to do. Welcome. Any questions? Yes. You can create your own dashboard and accounting app. For the version 12, we didn't a new dashboard. It's still the same. Okay?
What we can see now is...
No, it's related to my computer. I had some water on my screen on my computer.
There are here on the dashboard, there are only three types of information. The KPIs, the line, and then a pivot table at the bottom. But can we add more? Can we add more? For example, let's say we wanted two graphs. Let's say we wanted two graphs. Yes. Can we add more on it?
Yes, you can add as much as you want. You can add as much as you want. Any question? Okay, so thank you.